Hi, I'm Reese Wheel. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate y'all rolling with me. We on our way to like 4,000 subscribers, brand new channel. And I'm really starting to get more engaged with this channel. I appreciate all y'all rolling with me. And I wanted to react to this video. Starting to get more engaged with this channel. I appreciate all y'all rolling with me. And I wanted to react to this video. I forgot him. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, I wanted to. The feedback. Want to do a reaction to this video.
It just sounds like a bunch of excuses, and you're not getting to the answer. He's asking you a specific question, and you're going around it. You're giving all these other different types of scenarios without answering the question. Just answer it.
I'm sorry. Was it Aquarius that asked me something?
Mm-hmm.
Could you repeat it, Aquarius?
Why is it that this group of women do not hold one another accountable on scale, but instead they project it, right? So they defend these women. It's not neutral. It's the fact that they'll go after all these men are insecure. Oh, you need to be more of this. You need these men are boo boo boo. As opposed to, wait a minute, she's trifling. She's the problem.
She a hoe.
Why is that? Why?
I thought I answered it earlier when I said that I think that it's internalized trauma, because what I do know about that is that it's energy that's not good and energy is transferable. So anytime a woman specifically that jumps on a bandwagon of believe all women, it's not just believe all women. It's if I believe you when you making a false, heinous accusations, I'm going to believe you. But the moment you say something that does not work in the favor of the man, I can't rock with you. So I think that I was answering that it's internalized trauma for whatever reason that will cause someone to, well, that's just my whatchamacallit. I don't know. I thought we were all answering the question. I don't know. That's just what I come up with.
I think there's an element of it is because there are a lot of women who do some of the same things and would want the same grace because they're the same type of people.
Yeah. Oh, and when I say internalized trauma, I don't mean like, oh, they had a rough upbringing, treat them with some grace. No, I mean like people can be so messed up, for whatever reason that though. Yeah, it is their fault.
When people say trauma, that's like a scapegoat of them taking accountability of their choices.
Yeah,
like
I'm
not you, Dalen, but when women say that trauma word, they got trauma. No. You made the damn choice. You're old enough to get the healing. You're old enough to granted, I'm not saying that people that got something wrong with them when they was younger. No, you have the options to heal that, to heal from your trauma. That trauma is just a way for them not to say, hey, I'm a fucked up person. I align with her because I believe what the hell she's doing, even though she's wrong. A lot of women don't want to hold women accountable because they believe the shit. They're not scared like They're not scared to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
That was your example. But women ain't.
Oh, yeah, for sure that, women got to keep other women accountable because it's really getting bad. A lot of men are dating and they not even trying to take women out anymore. It's getting really bad. I think a lot of guys are nervous about women trying to take them to the clean. I know a lot of women say these guys don't have anything, but the women are complaining that no guys are coming up to them at parties, at clubs, or even just out and about, and they feel like guys aren't coming up to them it's because they don't want the headache anymore. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Scared. They not even thinking in that measures. No, they don't feel like holding them accountable because it doesn't align with their metrics. Oh, believe all women, agree with all women, even though it might be dumb. Like that's,
I get it. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't say for sure why exactly those type of women are so hell-bent on punishing men. I couldn't say. I don't hate men. I need them. Shit, I love them.
It's a lot of women, though. It's a lot. We're acting like this is a small demographic.
So do we think
this is a problem, and it's been going on for over a decade. And men have been losing things. Like Johnny Depp lost so much for something he didn't do. You had that one guy, the baseball player, Travis. Her homegirl plotted against him. Just talking about, I'm gonna make him have rough sex with me so it can look like he beat me up.
Oh yeah,
this is a problem.
Yeah, that baseball player she's talking about, I believe that's the guy, the lady that did that. She was on Pop the Balloon. It was weird because found out after she went on Pop the Balloon, I think about a month later, those acquisitions came out at the baseball player, and he said that she tried to have rough sex with him, and she came back and tried to take him to the cleaners, lied about everything, tried to get all his money, and he documented everything, and he won it. Even the one girl, who's the brick girl, got hit in the head with she said somebody hit her in the head with a brick, and I think it happened twice, and it was all because she had like some kind of reaction. So, what is going on? And she accused everybody, and then she tried to get the money from online to get donations. So I mean, it's just not accountable. And they need to just hold. And then on top of that, when you do find out that the woman has done something, or I know one guy, the two guys that went to, I think it was Duke University, two guys went to jail or something. But when she come back and say, I didn't do it, I'm sorry, they don't do nothing. It should be jail time too.
Yeah.
But and you know, things are like, or you care about them, we got to start addressing some of these issues, because this could be one of our sons at some point.
Yeah, that's why I said we need to figure out at the root, what do we think is causing this?
We're not holding each other accountable. That's the root of it. We're not saying, shut up, you're lying, or stop filing all these civil cases and take it all the way to court.
Let me say this.
It's never no repercussion.
It's not cause and effect. I think that's the effect of it.
One mic. Let's give it to Ava. She ain't talked this whole time either.
Well, let me say this. Things are like that because the American government has set things up for women to overpower men. We are now living in a society where women have all the power. And if they say something, the government made it so comfortable for women to be believed, and whatever she say is right, and that the man is always wrong. Men don't hold the power that they used to hold in this country. I said this before. So now everybody's jumping on. The media got so good with demonizing the masculine man, black, white, Asian, whoever. They got so good at doing it that the women know that they have this power now where they can accuse a man of doing something, and everybody can jump on team woman's side. And even when you find out that she was lying, it's still no accountability there. It's just like, something had to happen to make her say that. So I just think that we're living in a society right now where women, a lot of women, we have the power right now. We hold the power, and we know we hold the power over men. So
yeah. Only a vindictive woman, I think, would look at something like that, like, whoa, I could say someone did something to me and people are actually going to be dumb enough to not question me. If you are a very messed up, selfish, manipulative, nasty person, I could definitely see how you would see that as some sort of like benefit to use against someone.
But they're not the biggest problem. They're not the biggest. The ones around them are actually the perpetuators.
Because they're enabling.
If they were lone wolves, then y'all would call them out. and they would, disincentivize them from doing them damn things, right? If they're ostracized. But instead, again, as Ava said, it's a culture that allows for it. There is a lack of empathy towards men, and that sounds crazy, but there is. Simple as that. It's easy to empathize. Poor her. Look at what she's going through. There's a woman who she put on, I guess, a costume as a man, whatever type of makeup that she did to go out in the dating pool as a man. This woman ended up taking her own life because life was so hard, right? That's a reality that we're facing. And so when you talk, it was something that Molly said, and she said, this could be one of our own sons. That right there gives you the entire premise to say it's only when it's in your own household, which means.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, that's a great point. I noticed that women, when they see that, when they hear that it could be your son, then they really wake up. And it's like, oh man, my son is, everybody knows that they're, especially women, their sons, for the most part, will, kill themselves to take care of mama. And but if you realize that it's a possibility that your son could get dogged by some girl or get in trouble by her lying and taking all that he has worked for, or and just not being held accountable. That's all the whole situation is, especially with this Joy Taylor. She was gonna take these guys to the cleaners, and she disrupted everything at Fox. She's all over the internet, and her plot was to take all of them to the her to get the highest she could get, and then scream sexual harassment. So, and it would have been a lie, and that's all in the allegedly in the law thing, the law contract, that the suit. So
earlier when I'm like, that's why we also hold women accountable as well. But for those that slip through the cracks, as Molly did say, some will, or slip through the couch, should I say, what you can do for the men in your lives that you love, they're going to be, made to be available to other people. The least you can do is put the right words, at least present it to them like, hey, just like they tell us as women what type of men to stay away from or look out for, it can kind of be done. But I can also admit that there really is no preventative way. You just can do things to reduce your chances of being put in those situations, but there really is no.
They gotta have harsher punishment.
Accountable,
harsher punishment.
Yes, but they don't have. I think we've all been upset at the fact that there's been too many cases in the last 10 to 15 years where men have been exonerated and vindicated for not committing specifically sexual assaults against women, and then they get like some bullshit payout from the city or whatever like that. But then there's the smart people have a question of, well, what happened to the accuser who was in court crying, talking about how sorry she is, because they always cry when they want to admit the truth, like the lady who killed Emmett Till, and want to just say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Why aren't you requesting that you do the same time you had this man do?
Exactly.
Why aren't you requesting that?
No, why aren't us as women requesting it? We have to start holding these women's feet to the fire. You were wrong. You accused him. And instead of attacking men for saying something about it, we need to say, I would like to see her held accountable, because she's messing it up for actual victims. Messing it up for actual victims.
What that looks
like.
We
keep making excuses, and there is no excuse. Hold these women accountable, make a big scene, just like we're making a big scene out of the whole Me Too thing. She needs to be held accountable, throw her under the jail, fine her double the amount she was trying to get out of him. That's what us as women need to start rallying around and doing, especially when these men are not doing what they're being accused of.
No, she's 100% right. You start doing that, they'll back all the way off of that. And I understand that men have taken advantage of women for years and years. So I'm not, blind to that. Men have did a lot of things to women since the beginning of time. So this is kind of a get back for women to be able to, kind of get a little payback. But the thing about it is you just can't accuse somebody of something that they didn't do, because that's just totally not fair. Because if a guy is, especially some of these guys are good guys, and you accuse this guy of doing something just because you want his money or or maybe he just didn't stick with you, or, baby daddy or something, or made you mad. Now you're going to ruin his whole life. No, that's not cool.
I think the first step is
it's too much excuses.
You have to isolate these women. You have to strip them.
Was it you? Sorry. Who was it? Someone came off mic. I couldn't catch it. Was it Ava?
No, the first step is to get rid of these feminism movements. As long as we have these feminism movements that support women and hold women up and worship women is going to keep being like this. Us as women need to come together and drop these movements. These movements are meant to destroy the masculine men.
Yeah, I think we can start doing that by isolating, cutting off. These women do our hair. We buy food from them. They watch our kids. We have to cut these relationships off, professional.
Cut them off.
And friendly. Why that way people feel the pressure when they're left to face with nobody but the person in the mirror. It's not effective to all, but it can hit a number of people when they realize, whoa, when I do grimy shit, and I thought the people who love me was going to love me through my grimy shit. No, we can't, because we going to mess up our own selves, our own psyches, our own reputations, and our own relationships with ourselves. So, bitch, if I can't punch you in the face, if, we can't do this or that and the third, I just got to cut you off. So now when you got good.
Right. And that's what men are saying. And like she used punch you in the face. But like you say, you definitely going to jail for sure. If you touch a woman, that they're going to put you in jail and ask questions later. But I wanted to make sure, because I know I was having some difficulties in the beginning of the stream. Make sure I wanted to say this is Anton Daniel's show. And I wanted to give him a shout out because I didn't want to use the content and react to the content without saying it. I know I was running into some difficulties with the stream, but so. And I like his podcast. He has a lot of Black women on there, and he get a chance to voice their opinion. He also has a millionaire show, and he's really doing it, man. I kind of look up to him as far as the podcast realm. He's one of the heavyweights. He's making his way up there, so he's doing it, and he's hustling hard too. He got a lot of other business ventures, so I follow him a lot, and I wanted to react to this. I seen this, and I'm that's what I wanted to make sure I said his name.
Good news you can't share with nobody because we cut you off. So
there's two different levels, in my opinion. I feel like I hold all my friends accountable, men and women. I'm always going to be on the phone. They don't never really want to bring me their issues, because I'm going to be like, well, what did they think, or what did you do to contribute to the situation? Like, I'm always asking those questions every time someone comes to me with an issue. But the issue comes when you start judging general situations that you guys don't have any, you don't understand the context of what's going on. So that's what I step up, and I'm going to defend people, because you have no idea what certain people's situation is or why they did what they did. If you're from the outside looking in, and in that situation, you don't have room to judge. However, I do agree that those who try to accuse people of wrongdoing and they are found to be lying, that they should get, some type of accountability. They should get a fine. They should get jail time. If you are proven to have been lying on someone, absolutely, you should be held accountable. However, it is habitual in our society that victims have not been believed, and so I think it's better to be more open to hear what victims have to say, and if somebody says they're lying, I mean, someone who's guilty is also going to say they're lying, so there has to be proof that someone is lying. But I think most people are not going to lie. There are definitely some, but most people are not going to lie about being attacked or hurt. Most people are not. But there are those that do.
But the problem comes in is when you make a claim that somebody did something to you. It's this big movement of women. All of these women of different races, everybody, different beliefs. Everybody's coming together to stick behind that woman. But the moment we find out she lying, there's no parade. There's no movement. There's no.
It's because
of the shade.
Absolutely.
Yep.
There's
nothing.
shame. That's
So
why it's a. Mm-hmm.
No, it's a
y'all
system
not
of
even
it.
paying attention to what half of y'all are saying.
Where are we as women after we found out, just like the brick lady, after we found out she was lying, why didn't we make a movement as women to shut that shit down so women could never move the way she was moving, the way she did again? How she accused a black man of hitting her with a brick just for attention and if some financial gain. We was all in on it, and I think all the women, y'all was all in on it, all on the internet, woman power, and we gotta stick together and all of this other stuff. When y'all thought that she was telling the truth, the moment it came all out, and it was like, this girl lying. This was an allergic reaction she had, or whatever.
Prove that she was lying, like 100% proof.
Yes, nobody came together. All the women were quiet. Nobody was saying anything. Nobody, even the woman, y'all didn't even say, I apologize to you men for saying the things that I was saying to y'all, because we thought she was telling the truth. Y'all just moved on. And that's not right. We have to come together as women and start holding these women accountable that's lying.
Yeah, that was crazy. She said that a guy hit her in the head with a brick, and then she was screaming, saying that guys just sat there and watched her get hit in the head with a brick. I don't even know whatever happened to that girl. And then she had that, like I said, she had that donation page, Facebook page that she was collecting money. They found out it was all a lie. But nobody never said what happened to her. Did she get any jail time? Or I must have missed that. If y'all know in the comments, let me know what happened to her on that, man. I'm curious about that.
And just like doing this outrageous stuff to demonize men, because at the end of the day, I feel like y'all just trying to wipe out men. And once y'all do that, like y'all gonna regret it, because y'all will never survive on this planet without a man.
That's right, Ava. Yeah. That's right.
Listen, y'all didn't even hear what some of y'all was saying. This girl, this trigger chick, said the onus should be to prove that a person is lying.
I know, I heard that too. But she know what she meant to say, right? I'm trying to help you.
What do you mean we know what she meant to say?
No, that's what she meant. She said it before. She said it before. She meant that.
Oh, damn, you did. Why you say that, Trigger?
It's supposed to be you have to prove somebody is guilty. It's innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm. Wait, do you feel that way about Joy?
What do you mean do I feel that way about Joy?
I mean,
damn, Jazz.
I don't give a fuck about if Joy is sleeping her way to the top. I don't have a problem with it. My problem is the allegation.
The question,
accusations. We don't know if it's true. I'm just saying, is that also true?
No. What I did in the first segment was hold y'all accountable for the inconsistency, and that all last year we had allegations against men, and y'all said believe all women, and y'all demonized them and said that they was guilty before anything ever happened in court and before any evidence was presented. And so I flipped that around and I said, why are y'all not putting that same type of energy against the accusations of a woman such as Joy Taylor? That was the conversation. And then I, at the end, said, I don't really give a fuck who sleep with who, as long as she's not premeditating false allegations against a man in order to save herself. So that don't have nothing to do with what I'm saying right now. My point is that it is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. It's still staying.
Yeah, 100% innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, I wanted you guys to take a listen to that stream. Yeah, definitely. These there's been a lot of accusations. Women, hide behind the trauma, just like she tried to say in the beginning. It's trauma. Look, it's nobody's fault. If I got trauma, it's not his fault, and it's not your fault. I gotta take care of that. I gotta figure that out. I gotta get that off me. I gotta go to counseling. I got to do something to figure out how to get myself some help. That's my job, especially as a grown woman or man. And as far as like, women, a lot of times they don't realize these things until it hit home, like their sons or their brother. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what's going on? That's bull, it's bull. But you gotta say something when you see it. When you see a woman do something, you gotta say it off rip. You gotta be like, you know what? No, that ain't cool. You hear a girl say something, like you're on the beauty parlor or wherever. She said, yeah, I'm about to do this guy, man. I'm gonna get mine because I'm gonna do. That's not cool, So the false accusations, man, that's bull, And then you gotta hold women accountable, just like men hold men accountable. Man, I see a guy do something, I'm like, hey, man, men really check other men. They're not gonna just do any old thing, and I know men gonna say nothing. Men know that other men gonna be like, man, no, you can't be doing that. I got, that's wrong, or you're not gonna get that far with that. So let me know what you guys think. Do women need to hold other women's feet to the fire more? You know, especially with this Joy Taylor situation coming out, 2025, straight off the beginning of the year. So gotta make sure we stay on top of it, because this year is gonna be a crazy year. It's already starting off with a bang. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I want you guys to make sure y'all keep rocking with me, and see you on the next video.